What's going on? Danny Rainmaker Dominguez, the Houston Realtor, here with another video that is supposed to and will enhance your life. So, you are, by the way, this is for the people that are in the position to take action, okay? You are one of those people that is been thinking about real estate, wants to get involved, is looking at ways to start making money. You're ready. Here are a few ways to determine where you fall in that spectrum because you can be ready and you can be motivated to take action. But if you don't know where you fall in this order or this spectrum, I guess is a better word to say, then you may be taking action towards the wrong or the area that you may not be ready for or may not suit you in your current situation. So, before I begin, always, if you like this video, click on that thumbs up. If you like this content and want more content, make sure to subscribe right now so that you can get this content every time when it comes out. And of course, leave a comment below if you have any questions or observations or notes that you want to leave, and I will make sure to respond to that as soon as possible. So let's get started. So here are the criteria. First of all, let's determine the criteria. So the criteria are number one, money. Okay, money. Money is the number one criteria. Now, this is not really in a specific order, but number one is definitely money. You want to get into real estate, you got to have some money. Well, you don't have to have money, but you need to start off with where are you financially? So, money, by money, I mean, where are you monthly? Do you have a job? Where does your monthly income come from? And if you do have monthly income, I hope you do, how much monthly income do you make? That's very important. Secondly, is do you have reserves? Do you have money in the bank? Do you have money in a 401k? Do you have money in stocks? Do you have money in a Roth IRA? Where is your money? Do you have any piggy bank? Shoot, if you have money under your mattress, you have money in a shoebox. Where is the largest portion of your money at? That is a great place to start when it comes financially because that tells you more or less where you are in the spectrum. Okay? So money is the number one criteria or is the first criteria to start with. Number two is time. Okay? So are you fully employed? You have a 9 to 5 job that you have to go through to every day, 40 hours a week. Very important to know that because that will determine, again, what strategy you use, where you're going to invest, um, your energy towards, what time are you going to be working to, get the deals, finance the deals, things of that nature. It's very important. Also, well, are you a family man? Do you have a family that you have to take care of? A couple of kids that you have to feed? That's important because that again dictates where your time will go to. Super important. Do you have a spouse? Are you involved in school? Do you have any other commitments that you have to give your time to on a higher level? You know, that is going to determine a lot of what or where you will fall in the spectrum. So number two is money. I mean time, sorry. Number two is time. Where is your time going to and towards? Number three is credit. credit. In real estate investing, I would probably put this as number three. So maybe these are in order from priority. Actually, you know what? I think they are. This one will fall towards the bottom of the four criteria that we have. This one will probably fall towards that bottom. I would say this one is number three for sure. Credit is not so important in real estate investing because when you have the property, the real estate, that is usually used as collateral. So they don't really depend on your credit to give you a loan for that property. Usually your down payment is enough. In many cases, if you know how, depending on your strategy and your criteria, you may be able to even not have any money down. It just depends. So credit is important, but not so important. Now, it is good to determine where your credit is because they still do check credit just to see where you are as far as your credibility. And you need to know, do you have low credit? Do you have high credit? Do you have no credit? These are important things to know. So you need to evaluate yourself, know where you are when it comes to credit. And lastly, on the criteria is experience, trade slash skills. So I put three there, experience slash trade slash skills. They all kind of fall into that one criteria. And what that means is, do you have any experience in real estate? Do you know someone that has experience in real estate? Have you shadowed anybody? Have you learned from somebody? Are you a licensed professional in the field that has to do with real estate, or as a branch maybe of real estate? Where are you as far as skills? Do you have any other skills that maybe can be used in real estate? These are important because that will determine again where you fall on the spectrum. And the reason why that is important is because of what we're going to list after here. I'm going to list where in the spectrum you will fall depending on where on your criteria here. But experience, trade, or skills will allow you to maneuver in a certain way, even if it's not directly, it will allow you to at least get in the game. And that's what's important here. So now, now that we have the criteria down, now let's determine where you fall. So if let's say that you have money, let's say you fall or you check the box of money, right? You have a good paying job, you have reserves, you have money, you're good financially. Well, if you are good financially, usually you fall or you can fall easier into the uh, box of a flipper, a landlord, or a lender. That may be where you could get into without so much hassle. So those are three areas where you can get into quite easily, and they may fit your strategy. You have to also evaluate what you want as well. But for the sake of this video, generally speaking, you would fall into that category, flipper, landlord, and lender. Why? Because when it comes to flipping, landlording, and or lending, most of the time you do need a large amount of cash, or you need to be liquid and have a good amount of money in the bank for the loan. Whenever you take out a loan with either a hard money lender, maybe you take out a loan with a bank, depending on who you use for your private money, they may or may not do it. But for the most part, a rule of thumb is you need to have um, about 10 to 20% of the asking price in the bank, just sitting there, just sitting there. So for that sake, many times people who have money, who have Roth IRAs or 401ks, or have money in the bank, they fall into this category. Now, let's say you have no money, okay? Let's say you don't have any reserves, but you have time, okay? Maybe you don't have a family. Maybe you're a single young man or woman, and you have a lot of time on your hands. You don't have to go to school. You kind of work, but you don't really have that much commitment. Well, you would fall in the category of a wholesaler, or you would fall into the category of being part of a team. And a wholesaler is the reason why you would fall into the category of the wholesaler is because when it comes to wholesaling, you really necessarily you don't need that much amount of money in order to get started being a wholesaler. Now you would need some money because you need to pay for marketing, but for the most part, you will just need you can suffice with a 9 to 5 job. You don't need a large amount of money or a huge 401k or whatnot. Some money for marketing and hustle. That's about it in order to be a wholesaler. Take it from me, you can make a lot of money wholesaling, but you have to be a hustler. You have to go out there and get it. It's not going to be easy, but you can make a lot of money wholesaling. Okay, being part of a team also allows you to, exposes you to the real estate game, allows you to learn from people who are doing it. Maybe a flipper, maybe you can be a part of a flipper's team or a landlord's team or a lender's team, and that will allow you to learn, and that's good because now you can use that knowledge uh, to start getting in the game and maybe, who knows, form your own team. So that's what happens if you have time. Now, let's say you don't have time, but you have credit. Okay, if you have credit, maybe you would fall into the category of being a partner. So, being a partner, a business partner to someone who has maybe money, or maybe you can form a partnership with a wholesaler and use that your credit in order to get a loan, things of that nature. You can be a business owner. You can form a business, an LLC, and use your credit and the business credit in order to borrow money and then use that to buy properties. You can partner up with people who have time or people who have money, and that allows you to get in the game and start owning property. Okay, the name of the game is getting in. That's it. You need to get in. Once you get in, everything opens up. Opportunities will start opening. Lastly, is experience. If you have experience, trade, or skills, you fall into the category of being maybe a realtor, a loan officer, an insurance specialist. Basically, you will become a role player. That will be your easiest uh, way of entry into the game. Being a role player, being a licensed professional, that allows you that in that case that allows you to service these other people, such as flippers, wholesalers, things of that nature, because the uh, you have the professional knowledge to help them, and that allows you to also get in the game, right? Because that is, as we mentioned, that is the whole thing here. You get in the game. Okay, now these are four criteria and then four categories based on that criteria. Of course, you can mix and match them. If let's say you have time and money, then you may fall into you can combine that. If you have let's say you have credit and experience, you can combine that. You can mix and match these. So a lot of people mix and match because some people have money and time, or some people have money and credit, or some people have time and experience. So now you can mix and match, okay? And that allows you to even leverage more and get give you more opportunities. So those are the ways that you can determine where you are in order to get started into real estate. Let's recap. Okay, let's say the criteria. What are the criteria? Money, time, credit, and experience slash trade slash skills. Okay, what are the four categories? Flipper, If you have money, you can be a flipper, a landlord, or a lender. If you have time, you can be a wholesaler or part of a team. If you have credit, you can be a partner, a business partner, or a business owner. And if you have experience, trade/skills, you can be a realtor, loan officer, insurance specialist, or a role player. Okay? So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will be more than happy to help. If you have any comments, leave them below. Like this video, subscribe, and keep in touch. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn. I have all of that, and I'll be more than happy to help you. So there you have it. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.